Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do just a little story time for you guys, just a random little story time about the time where I almost tore a tendon in the back of my knee doing high jump at school. So this was when I was in year 10, so it was 3 years ago, almost 4, because it was the beginning of the year, and so I was 14 years old, and it was second period, so just before like our morning break time, so around about 10:30ish this happened. And this was on a Friday because our classes rotate on a Friday, so I was really bummed. I was not having a great day because I hated PE, like I still do to this day. As I said, I'm not very sporty, so I just didn't find it something that I wanted to do and was interested in, and I hated having it second, because when you have it before morning break, you have to get changed really quickly to go hang out with your friends for morning break. Because these are things you worry about when you're 14. So we were doing high jump, which made it a little bit better because this was for athletics. And I love high jump. Like, it's probably my favorite sport, like the only one I'm really good at, because I have really long legs and I'm really like flexible. So I'm just really good at it. That sounds so conceited, but it's the one thing I'm good at, so I'm allowed to be conceited. um, so this was, I think we were doing about the third or fourth high, and I was kind of excited because I was like, oh, I'm going to get a good score in athletics. Like, this is going to be my first and only good score in athletics. So I was really excited, and when I was running up, I second guessed myself, and I was like, oh, maybe I should change how I'm going. And I kind of decided this too late, so I was halfway through jumping when I span around and I just went bam, straight into the bar with my knee. I was kind of like turned, so my left knee went in, and the bar just went straight into the back of my knee, like straight through like that. And it honestly, like, as soon as I jumped, like I don't quite remember running up. I'm just assuming this is what happened, but I just remember falling on that mat and my leg in extreme pain. So as soon as this happened, my teacher just runs over because I cried out like so loud, it hurt a lot. My teacher just runs over and she's kind of like, okay. She's like trying to stay calm, and she told the rest of the students to pack up and she helped me over to a chair so I could sit down. She could kind of look at what happened and kind of get me out of the way so everyone could clean up, because this was nearish the end of class. So she just goes kind of like, okay, we'll do this another time, we'll do this later. We'll get your proper scores for the ones who are still in later. So she got me on a chair and she had a look, and she could see that I couldn't really move my leg at all. Like, I couldn't bend it in and out. Like, I could move my leg like up and down, like from the hip, but from the knee it just hurt too much to move. So she got one of the kids to go to the office to tell them to call my mum. And she was, at the time, she was getting her degree. So she was in her class, like, and they had to call her, and she had to try and get out of her class to come get me. So she managed to get out, and by this time it was morning break time, and they had to shut up the gym for a morning break and get it ready for the next sort of class that was in there. So I had been carried like on my chair by some students in my class out into this foyer area where everyone could see me sitting there with like a bright red knee and like crying in pain, and it was super embarrassing. Like, it wasn't at the time because I didn't care. I just wanted to get out of there and like get to somewhere where they had drugs to make me feel better. So there's an annoying fly. So, but it was super embarrassing because there was so many students around, and like the office ladies had brought over food. So because I couldn't get to my bag because it was in the locker room. So my teacher went and got that for me. But by this time, the office ladies had given me some of the staff morning tea. So I was eating that, and that was really nice. Like, I think it was like cake or something. It was really nice. And like, then my mum comes in nearest the end of the morning break, so everyone's starting to head back off to class, and my teacher says that she needs to take me to the emergency room. And I'm like freaking out at this point because I'm like, I've broken my knee, it's gonna take me ages like to walk again. I was freaking out. Like, we had the rest of athletics to do. Like, not that I really cared about that, but I wanted to do well because I had actually done really well in high jump. So I wanted to do well for the rest of my athletics, and we had all the running sports coming up after this. So I was like, I need to do this. I was freaking out that I had broken my knee. So we went to the hospital and went to the emergency room, and we sat there for, I kid you not, almost 3 hours. It was crazy. Like, this is midday on a Friday. How many people can honestly be hit? I understood though, because there were people like more severe than, a girl who had hurt her knee at school. So they took me into the examination room, and the doctor checked me out and said, okay, we're going to take you for an X-ray, which I freaked out at that point. Like, I had never had an X-ray before. I have never broken a bone. I have never had I've never had an operation. I've never had anything that needs anything like that. So I didn't know what to expect. So they put me in a wheelchair, which I loved. I like went hooning like up and down the hallways in this wheelchair, like while I was waiting for the nurse to come take me to the X-ray. I loved it. That was like the best part of the whole experience, was the wheelchair. So anyway, they took me to the X-ray, and they, to my delight, discovered that my knee was not broken. I hadn't broken anything on my knee, and they said that I hadn't quite torn the tendon, but I had strained it very badly, so I would not be able to walk on it for very well for 3 weeks. So they put my knee in a brace to hold it straight out, and gave me some crutches, which I was initially really excited about because I never had them before, and like a couple of my friends had them, and when you're a kid, you always use your friends' crutches like all the time. It was so much fun. But they weren't all that great. Like, I that year had 2 classes upstairs and a class that I had to go downstairs for. So I had to go up and downstairs probably close to 20 times in a week. And when you're on crutches, that isn't the easiest thing. And then I had to come home and go up and downstairs as well. But it was actually really fun. Like, I loved the crutches. I love like swinging around on them because I'm really light. So I could do that without the crutches breaking. So I loved that. And so I had them on, I had to wear the brace for 2 weeks and then go on the crutches for 3, which was kind of annoying because during that 3rd week that I just had to be on my crutches, we had a trip for social studies into the Parliament offices, so like where all our MPs and stuff are, and our Prime Minister, who's kind of like our president-ish. So we had a trip into there, and I was so bummed. I was like, what if I can't go? But my teacher I had that year was really, really awesome, and he organised me a wheelchair. And that was so fun because, as I said, I had so much fun at the hospital. That's my cat walking out, if you can just see that. Yeah, so I had so much fun in the wheelchair at the hospital, and so I had a wheelchair for that whole day when we went into like central town, and like all the other kids wanted to take turns like pushing me around, and we had a couple kids who were like right on the back, and we just had so much fun. So yeah, that was my crazy experience. That's probably like the worst thing I've done to myself. I am very clumsy. I have sprained my ankle probably more times than I can count my fingers. um like ankles and wrists, I mean, like I've done all 4 of them. Probably, like, if you counted them all on my fingers, you would run out of fingers. I'm very clumsy, but that is definitely like the most like painful experience. It hurt so much. So that's kind of all I have to say about that. I admit it wasn't a very interesting story time, but I honestly do not have that many stories, and I kind of just wanted to do something for you guys to just get to know me and have me just sitting here and just talking, sharing myself with you and opening myself up. So let me know what you thought about that in the comments down below, and if you want me to do anything more like this, like more story times, then I'd be happy to. I'll think of another crazy fun story about my life. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time. So subscribe and like this video, and subscribe to see more videos like this one, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.